All right. Republican Amanda McKinney and Democrat John Duresky are advancing following last week's the August 4 primary in Congressional District 4. That's in central Washington, kind of a large swath of central Washington that kind of goes from like Canada all the way down to the border. It's a large district, and this is the district that Representative Newhouse decided not to seek reelection for. So it opened up a wide field of candidates, 11 people in all that ran and ultimately ended up being Amanda McKinney and Democrat John Duresky, who advanced. So uh, as of today, I'm going to read you the numbers. I just pulled them up right before here. Amanda McKinney has 34.81%, or about 48,000 one or 800 votes, so close to 49,000 votes she has. And John Duresky has just under 30%, so pretty good showing for a Democrat in that red district at 29.95%, or just shy of 42,000 votes. So about 7,000 votes separating the two of them, and they both advanced to the November ballot. And I did catch up with Amanda McKinney last weekend. Here's part of that conversation.
Very, very humbled by the results. We had so much enthusiasm from the time that I announced in December all the way through to the primary. You don't know until you see the results, so it was really gratifying. But I especially, have wanted to express my gratitude to our family, my husband and my kids and our parents, and all of our friends and neighbors. This is something that it's a third campaign for me. It really is humbling to know that people are continuing to place trust in me to make common sense, smart decisions. It's not something that I take lightly. This is a serious position for a serious person, and I am going to be the most effective representative who will be on the ballot in November now to go into Congress representing Central Washington.
I last spoke with Democratic contender John Duresky a little more than a week before the August 4 primary. He was very confident going in. In fact, at that time, he thought he might finish on top. Certainly looks like Amanda McKinney will be the top vote getter. But there was another a prominent Republican in that race. You may recall Jared Sessler, who also claimed to have the endorsement of President Trump for Congressional District 4. So that kind of divided a lot of the Republican vote. So Amanda McKinney, again, feeling confident that she will, come out on top after November 3rd. But John Duresky says he's a different kind of Democrat, and he believes that he's going to have support even from some conservatives in that right-leaning district.
This is a really hard question for me, shockingly, because I spent a long time with conservatives and I understand what motivates them. I understand the values that they hold dear. And I hold some of those same values. So I would call myself a working class Democrat. I want the Democratic Party to be the backbone of the working class again, which means that we've got to strengthen unions, which means we've got to do common sense economic reforms that apply to everybody. I'm a bit of a tax nerd. I'm really about fairness. It really comes down to fairness for me. And we have rigged the system so hard in favor of the billionaires and the super wealthy that Warren Buffett. I used to live in Nebraska. We always would hear from Warren Buffett. He talks about how he paid less of a tax rate than his secretary. So it's not just me that's calling for us to fix the tax code. It's actual billionaires who know how this stuff works.
So again, 84 days until the November 3rd election. But of course, ballots will be going out a couple of weeks or so before that. So really just a couple of months for the campaigns in earnest to get their messages out. You're going to see, TV, social media, radio waves that are going to be bombarded in these coming weeks with the candidates and the fight over the initiatives. Of course, the Supreme Court races. We've got 5 of those on the ballot for November. So it's going to be very critical to kind of pay attention. So that's my sell job on watching Washington in Focus episodes in the days and weeks to come. But thanks for watching on this Tuesday, August the 11th. As always, I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe and leave your comments. We do read those. and appreciate you watching as always. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you again on Wednesday.